Hey, everybody. This is Three Fat Truckers. We're your hosts. I'm Bill. Joining me are my co hosts, Dave and Steve. How's it going, guys?
Hey, I'm here. Sorry to wake up. Sleeping a little bit on that. Whoa.
I was
Today.
starting to wake up too.
Yeah, some of us sleep longer.
My God.
I hope
Someday.
everybody enjoys the show today.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody being here, by God. Episode 14.
And if you don't, just sleep through it like I do.
And everything else he does, for that matter. This is episode 14, recording on Saturday, August 13th of 2022.
By the way, you guys know what? I bought new tires this week. Wasn't that important?
Our show notes will be posted. Yes, Dave bought tires for his daughter's. What is it? It's not really a truck, is it? It's
No, it's a truck pickup.
It's a truck.
It's a pickup.
It's sort of a new version of the old Jeep Scrambler.
Let me put it to you this way.
So
the
Daisy
Gladiator.
The license bureau says it's a pickup, so I got to transfer my plates.
Right.
Hey Dave. They say Subaru Brats are pickups too.
Well, that's true.
And what was the other one? The
I can't believe you called me a brat.
Honda Ridgeline. Trying to think of all these other ones. Ford Explorer Sport Track.
Oh well.
Moving on.
The abuse I take around
the clock, fellas.
Oh,
he traded a real truck for that too. That's what kind of brings a little.
Did he ever tell you the picture I found of the same truck for sale? 1 year older, what they had it up for sale for?
With 150 or 500,000 more miles too.
For a little context for everybody,
500,000.
Dave had a what was it? A mid 2010s Dodge.
No,
Ram,
2016.
Oh, it was a 26
Power Wagon.
Power Wagon,
4-wheel drive, 4-door,
3/4 ton.
All the cool kids want, and he traded it for
a Jeep Gladiator.
A Jeep.
I got a JL or a JT actually.
They're nice.
Like Forrest Gump said, sometimes people do things that just don't make no sense.
Well, it wasn't his dad. His daddy ran away, remember? That's his mom.
There it is. Oh, anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Oh,
there he goes. Oh, there it is. It looks better.
Yeah. Got the new tires on it. So
it looks good. Of course, I kid you. I'm really.
Oh, I know it. And if you didn't, I'd be insulted. I cannot.
I'm really jealous because I'd fit right in a little better at the Pride Festival.
Hey,
that's true.
Did it come with a heated tailgate?
I heated tailgate.
Keep your hands warm while you're pushing it.
Yeah.
Well, I know the best thing about this is the one got 9 miles a gallon. And would you quit doing that? You're making me dizzy.
You want me on the bottom.
Yeah, you always want to be on the
damn
right.
That's the lazy guy on the bottom.
I'm damn right. I work for a living. I need to be pampered a bit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He likes that Amazon position, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, kids. So we got some treats in store for you.
Do I need to elaborate on that?
What's that?
Amazon. 6 people got the joke. Isn't that enough?
Okay.
that was a gross over magnification of reality.
Okay, 3.
Okay. 3.
Go ahead and tell us the joke.
Nope, it's not a joke. It was just going to
explain
what it was.
The truth. Okay. Explain what it is.
No. I got a question, guys.
Go ahead.
If I decide to have sex later, should I take these muscle relaxers now or after?
Does your hand know you're going to do that?
Later? You might need that hand to type. You just.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you a hint, Dave. You ready?
Yeah.
This is my cousin used to tell me this, and I think it's tried and true. What you do is you sit in your hand till it falls asleep. That way you think it's somebody else.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Feels like getting a little strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is when it falls asleep, it's hard to hang on. Hand flies off. I had this girl first time come up to me on a date, 40 years ago. She goes up.
Hold
you know
on.
what?
You're 64. Okay, 23.
Okay.
We wanted
And,
something good.
Making
out
sure,
of
I
it.
was making sure that you were legal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she comes up and goes, well, I don't do that, but I'll be glad to give you a hand job. And I said, there ain't no way. It took me 20 years to get it down right. Why would I let you come in here thinking you could do better than I could?
But what if
And
she
that
did?
and
though?
that
Wouldn't
puts
be
me back to
disappointing?
puts me back to the same story I always tell when you start this shit. When the guy is in the whorehouse and the hooker comes in
Oh,
and he's just
yes,
sitting there
yes.
cranking one out, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He says, "You're not getting the easy one."
Oh my gosh, that never gets old.
That's
I
one of my favorites.
literally hear that joke every time I talk to both of you guys on the phone.
Oh,
That's
Not getting
that's
easy
a
one.
crowd
I got a
favorite.
little
That's a
wind
crowd
burner
pleaser.
sun today, boy.
Oh,
Yeah, you
that's what
did.
you're calling it?
Yeah, I was
That
on the
little
Harley.
thing hanging right here, is that to hold your head down to the front
No,
of the bike?
because
or-
when I'm on the Harley, it's up above my face, beating
Oh,
me to
and
death. So yeah.
I'd love to get a picture of that.
Oh,
That's so when
that's why it's like that. Yeah.
his girlfriend uses that to drive him.
No, I let her hold the saddle horn.
Oh, so
Yay.
you do get to reach around.
Oh, I'll have to tell you a story off that
Okay.
show. It's
Wow.
funny. It is funny, and Bill will laugh and laugh and laugh.
Okay,
Probably
now
will.
that we offended everybody with bad sex jokes and at my expense, how you guys doing?
Your
Steve,
expense,
by
what
the
it
way,
cost?
I don't know. I'll let you know. By the way, let me welcome you back to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, welcome back. We're glad to have
yeah,
you back, Steve.
we
It
had
I
a
was,
little
I
bit
was
of,
hoping you was gonna see if get old Mr. Mike to fill in for us there.
We
No,
tried to
he-
get Chunky Monkey on last
Yeah.
show, and he
he
couldn't.
was
He had a-
working,
He is working. It's that time of year. Busy for him.
and I even tried getting our producer, our halftime producer, to come on here, and he
Mike-
wouldn't do it.
Mike number 2 or number 1?
Number two
Mike,
or number one, I
Mike,
guess.
he's
Yeah.
adorable. No, I don't want to. No.
That's the way he is at breakfast.
I know.
No, I don't want to pay. No.
Hey, Mike,
Oh,
what's the girl's name? We can't remember. I know.
Oh, you got.
no.
did you?
What was the new waitress said the other day, Dave?
Today, you
Well,
mean the one?
Yeah, this morning.
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't remember her name, but she looked us up. Yeah, like I'm
And you
supposed
can't
to
give her
remember.
a shout out. So,
Well,
okay,
well, that's
have
true.
the technician text you. Is he watching? Oh, he ain't watching right now.
Well, no, but I can
Yeah.
text him and see if he remember. He don't know. I don't think she told her her name.
Oh, okay.
But she went on there and she goes, "Oh my God, it is you! I can recognize your voice." She was back there in the back listening.
Oh, what she's at work, huh?
Yeah.
I bet if the cook heard and seen what you were doing, he's probably spitting on your food.
Probably.
Well, Mike, he's training a girl there at the scale house, and I swear I know her from somebody or somewhere.
Did you ever turn around?
I didn't have to. I just stood there and waited. Eventually, it happened.
That's when you're like, I've seen the back of that head before.
It was after she sat back down. I thought, yeah. And then she's like, she says to me,
So
and
you know
if-
the
and if
top of
she's-
her head.
If she's listening, if you're listening, I apologize, kind of, but not really. She's like,
That's back asswards, Dave, isn't it? Why
Yeah,
even
that's
say
just-
it then?
well, that's for me acknowledging that I'm about to say something that might
Silly.
be misconstrued and almost certainly will be, but I'm recognizing that and I'm laying it out. So
Gotcha.
she says to me, "Now, if you ever went to Vegas," and I thought, there it is. But
I don't get it.
I
don't get it. What was
What-
the joke?
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess. I mean, I guess that's what she meant.
That's as bad as tonight. We went to the give a shout out to the porch in Roanoke, or the patio, I think it's
Yeah.
called.
Patio.
And yeah, had great dinner there.
Was that over there by the lock or what?
No, it's across the street, right, but it's like behind the High Dollar place there on Main Street.
Oh,
But a real nice place. It's a barbecue pizza place. And the lady come out there when she was wanting to ask us appetizer, and she walks up there and goes, "Is there anything I can put in for you guys?" And I go, "Of course." Do you know a guy that doesn't want to put it in? And she turned 14 shades of red and said, "You got me."
Right. And she was just wanting to take your order, and you wanted to be a
Well,
dirty old man.
we actually knew her, so it kind of worked out.
Right on.
So
anyway, what else we got going on? What'd you do this week, Dave?
I got my windshield fixed in my big truck on Tuesday because I had 2 little chips in it.
Yeah.
And Wednesday morning, I left the shop. 2 hours later, I busted it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10-inch crack right across it. Now, I don't know if it was from them putting it in or something, but I got 2 hours, or at least 2 hours I didn't notice it was cracked. And then I'm like, holy cow, where'd the crack come from? So,
Dave, what did you measure it with to measure 10 inches?
I took the pop can on the floor, and it was longer than the pop can.
You should let other people say it's 10 inches.
I know. But by the time the week was over, it was a good 12, maybe 14.
Look at this guy. Oh my!
Show off.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
I don't know. I want to be your friend anymore.
Isn't it Steve? Isn't you the one that breaks? How many windshields you go through last year?
Oh my God! The one time
breaks
I got
windshield,
2 hours out of it.
Knocks urinals.
I didn't even get 2 hours out of it. They put it in on Friday. I left Monday morning down friggin' Ardmore. I didn't get past the quarry, and some asshole flings a rock and nails it.
Yeah.
And it spidered. I'm like, I'm not telling him right away.
Oh no, you can't.
We're gonna let her go 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And hope it don't get any bigger.
I called Shorty and told him, or I actually sent a picture to Shorty and said,
well then I got it replaced again. And then dipshit back there backed into the front of my truck and messed the bumpers up on the hood and ended up putting a crack in the corner. And I'm like, oh my, yeah, it's just terrible for like a couple of weeks in a row. Well, I'm looking on here. You didn't do any notes at all, did you?
Dave? No, it don't look like Dave did.
Well, I was going back through to make sure it was just what yeah. Well, anyway.
Dave did nothing.
Well, since I wasn't here the last time, I told Bill I'd try and work on a little bit of stuff. Far as the one show I messed with all his stories, Dave's stories, and changed the headlines and didn't want to get us in trouble or sued. So I told Bill I'll make up stories and I'll put a few real ones in there, and you guys can try and figure out what's the real story, which is one I made up. And the audience can too, out of our 3 listeners, maybe don't go on there and be fact checking me and everything, because you'll find the stories that are real probably. But the real stories that I have here, I just summarized them. I have the whole setup over on my other page here.
Yeah, for a little context here, we're gonna start a new segment here. We're gonna read some news that's real. Yep. We're gonna read some news that's fake, and we're gonna give you, the listener, the opportunity to decide which is which.
And we're not gonna do that with all our news.
No,
but we're gonna do a little segment.
So like right here, and it's just a summary of the headline of the story,
right?
It's not the whole thing, kind of deal. And some
of
them are just
we don't know. Me and Bill are in the blood. We don't know nothing. So.
Oh, I've not even read this yet.
I've not even read
them in the blind. I'm gonna let Bill read them, and I'll elaborate a little bit on them as we go. But the actual full story and stuff, after we get done with one, if there is a full story to go with it, we'll run through it. We'll run through it.
Okay.
And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure I know what to do, but we'll play it by ear. This is going to be real sloppy at first, folks.
I'm hoping they're funny enough. You guys are just rolling. Right. So Dave, Papaw, yes. Dave, clean the shit out of your ears and pay attention.
I got it. I woke up.
Because when he reads it, you might miss something. Okay.
I took my muscle relaxer, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you need some toothpicks for my eyelids, it looks like. So read number 1. The top line is the headline, and then the paragraph underneath is just a summary of it.
Okay. So here comes the first one, folks.
Number 1.
And I know we're being awkward as whatever, but here we go. Woman ends up in hospital after eating too many beans to sell farts. That's a thing. Okay.
Selling farts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I've heard girls on YouTube, or well, not YouTube, TikTok, kind of wondering out loud whether or not they should actually do it, because people have offered them money to bottle up their farts and send them to them. And everybody, of course, like, yeah, of course. Anyway.
Pig of pigs, really.
Hey, Dave, remember, the internet brought all these crazy sons of bitches together, and they can find each other.
I think it might have created one or two.
All it is a phone book to find weirdos to find other weirdos.
Okay.
What's it say, Bill?
All right, so moving on. A social media star was hospitalized after eating a diet of yogurt, eggs, and beans. She thought she was having a heart attack, but it turned out to be a dangerous buildup of gas from her gas-induced diet. The actress made over $200,000 in 2 months selling her farts online. She shipped them around the world from her adult website to fans. She was making $50,000 a week doing this.
Okay, questions.
Well, no, there's no questions.
Do
you think it's real, or do you think I made that up?
I think this is real.
I want to know what she was putting them in to ship them.
It don't matter. These people, it's really just manifestation of fantasy.
Do you think it's real or fake, Dave?
The story.
200. Okay. My God, I hope it's not real, because that's sad.
Okay. The real story. That is a real story.
That is a real story.
Yes. Her name, it starts out, this is by Marco Majoratov, and it was checked by Adam Farley on January 6, 2022.
Talking to the microphone.
2022.
There he is.
Stephanie Motto sold her jarred flagellants for $1,000.
Okay.
They were in like a little mason jar with a butterfly in it. That's the picture they show. For $1,000 a piece, and made over $200,000 in her 2-month venture while subsisting on a diet of yogurt, eggs, and beans. And she ended up in the hospital when she thought she was having a heart attack. Okay, and she is smoking hot. There's a picture over here,
but not too bright.
I can't share this. Well, I didn't share this so you guys didn't know what was real, but it says on here, Stephanie Motto is an influencer, YouTuber, author, and former star of TLC's 90 Day Fiancé. But she recently launched a new business venture after realizing the demand was high for a rather unorthodox product. This November, she found lucrative part-time work bottling and selling her own farts until things went terribly wrong. At Stephanie Motto on Instagram, Stephanie Motto made $200,000 before retiring her fart business.
Okay.
Okay, I'm calling bullshit to this story. The reason why is,
go ahead, Dave.
The reason why, the bitch went out and bought a bunch of mason jars and bought some fart spray from the damn hobby store, squirted them in a mason jar, and put a thing on them and selling them. She didn't eat no
but she was actually hospitalized, though.
Yeah, that's what the story was about.
That's good.
It says for 2 months, she spent her days farting into glass jars with flower petals, Dave, adorning the inside and shipping them to fans. Remarkably, Motto was making $50,000 a week in December through fart sales alone, and eventually sold more than $200,000 worth of farts worldwide through the adult website Unfiltered.
So you open it once, you smell it, and it's gone because it doesn't.
For $1,000.
So that being said, may I now offer
there's
my
more
commentary.
More on this, but go ahead.
She really did not have to go through that much effort. She could have just got some fart spray or just maybe boiled some eggs. I don't know. But these idiots, you don't have to give them the real thing. You just have to let them think they're getting the real thing and collect the money. There's no
guy.
What does she think that there's some agency for the validation of fart smell that's going to go and bust down your door and with a
you got to give it to her though, Bill. Be an
Hey.
entrepreneur like that to think of something and
you
know
how she come up with this, don't you? She went and seen the Minions with the Minions, and he had his fart gun, and they farted.
Oh, he made a gun out of it. Yeah.
It says after all that, though, it says, but in January 2021, Motto was hospitalized for what she thought was a heart attack, but turned out to be a dangerous buildup of gas inside her body from her flatulence-inducing diet. And now she says fart selling days are behind her.
Yeah.
Stupid.
She was born on September 21st.
I would just raise the price.
Well, she was born on September 21st, 1990 in Derby, Connecticut. She was social media platforms like Twitter began booming. The first iPhone was released 1 year before she became an adult, while Instagram wasn't far behind, and reality television dominated the screens of countless homes. This is it's a long story still. I mean, just the stuff about her subscribers and on TikTok, Instagram, yada, yada, yada.
Don't care.
Nobody
cares.
Not really.
Nobody cares.
It says her new venture is NFTs, like I was just asking you before.
Oh, no.
That's why I was wanting to figure what. So yeah, that was
NFTs.
Yep.
Non-fungible tokens. Let's get into that for a second, shall we?
Well, I wasn't sure what it was. I knew it had to be something like Bitcoin and all that shit. F the token?
No, IF truckers.
Non-fungible token. An NFT is basically a digital representation to show ownership in something in the digital
so you're
world.
Stealing.
Well, no, I mean, it is a digital contract to show ownership, but what makes it unique is that it exists the same way as something like Bitcoin exists. It is on a distributed what they call the blockchain. And the blockchain is basically a distributed database where every transaction within
Dave.
Yes.
Wah.
But what I'm getting at is that most people for those of you that don't know, I do a tech podcast, and we all kind of agree that NFTs are a bit of a BS concept. Yeah. So.
Well, I wasn't. I had heard of them, but I wasn't exactly sure. That's why I was asking you earlier about it.
So I could make a picture, like a meme that you used to see people would post these memes on Facebook.
I used to get yelled at from my kids because I called them memes.
Oh, you're such an old man.
Oh yeah, they're like, that's not it.
Okay,
that's
boomer.
Not how you say it, Dad.
So what you did is you made 4 stories here, Steve, and some of them are real and some of them are fake.
And that one was real, but it sounded like it could have been fake. Well, I
summarized.
Thought
you were right, but I thought we were just going to do 2, and we'd have 1 fake one, 1 real one. And
I thought we were going to do 4. I thought we were going to do 2.
No, I got 4 stories on here.
But Steve's thing is that it's not necessarily 2 true, 2 fake.
Right.
It might be all 4 true. It might be 1 true and 3 false. I don't know.
4 true one wouldn't be any fun
unless
they were completely ridiculous.
We're doing
well, that's what we normally do when we read the funny stuff.
We stumble through these shows anyway. I mean, come on.
Okay.
The fact that anybody sits here and watches this.
Story number 2. Go ahead, Bill.
All right. Florida couple pulled over for driving erratically on I-75 near Tampa.
That's every day.
That's everybody. They don't have enough cops.
Read the story.
Okay. A Florida couple was pulled over while on Interstate 75 outside of Tampa. That's in Florida, kids. The vehicle they were traveling was veering all over the road, changing lanes erratically, hitting speeds up to 48 miles per hour.
Woo! 48.
Florida State Highway Patrol Trooper Jack Lehman said, "You're going to have to get better than this, Steve. I wasn't sure what was going on at first since the vehicle was traveling so slow. I first assumed they were under the influence of something, but after getting the driver pulled over and walking up to the car, I noticed the occupants were elderly. actually 95 and 93 years old, Alvin and Barbara Wycheck from Clearwater, Florida. After asking for a driver's license and being told, I lost that 20 years ago, Sonny. I don't drive that much, he says, and come to find out he's legally blind and can only see 3 feet in front of him. So his wife, Barbara, tells him where and when to turn and stop. It's been working for the last 20 years, he says. Luckily, no one was hurt. He was cited for not having a valid operator's license, endangerment to the public, and erratic driving, Trooper Lehman said. So at first I thought this was lame. And then it occurred to me, this is a Florida story.
Yes.
You would not believe how many I perused. And there was so many I wanted to use.
And they all say Florida.
Yeah.
No, I looked up a Florida paper. Oh my God, there's a bunch of idiots down there.
It's called Florida Daily. That's what I find.
I don't remember what this one was I looked at, but it's
crazy, isn't it?
There was stuff I couldn't even say on here. It made me blush.
Well, I can.
This is a hard one.
I can half-ass believe
there he is at the bottom, giving the glasses.
Yeah, I'll post all this in the show notes, kids. But
so is this
I can
fake,
halfway
or is this
believe
real?
this because he looks like that bitch has been telling him what to do for 55 years.
95 and 93 though.
So what? He cited them and then just let them go on about their day.
I don't think so. Probably. No.
Remember, I summarized
when he got up to
story.
40 mile an hour. I keep thinking that he's driving a Model A or a Model T. I got it up to 40, Grandma.
Remember,
I don't know, Dave. What do you think?
It's not the full stories. I summarized this.
Yeah, we got it. We got that.
I kind of think this is real because there's an officer's name in there.
Now that adds validity to it.
Yeah, that kind of. He went to a lot of trouble to add a name, so I'm going with this one's real.
Trooper Lehman. Okay, all right. Let me think.
And it is Florida.
Now, I didn't know. And was I supposed to actually tell everybody on the air? Because we told our listeners that they could guess too.
Well, they're guessing now.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing we're doing.
Let's rule out the obvious stuff first.
Okay.
Let me think. Does 75 go through Tampa? Yes. Okay. Yes. Moving on. Is Tampa in Florida? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Is there a lot of 92-year-old people in Florida?
95 and 93. Yeah.
That's where silly people go to retire.
Isn't that called God's waiting room or something?
No, it's called Snowbirds. Remember, I lived down there. I know.
So
I'm gonna go,
and that's the Gulf side. So that is the Snowbird side.
That guy in the picture though does not look 95 to me.
No, he does not.
And he's wearing a winter hat and wearing long sleeves. But then again, old people are cold a lot.
Well, and his last name's Wycheck.
Yeah,
he probably come from Minnesota.
Wycheck means he came from Pennsylvania, and it's an East Coast thing to retire and go down to Florida. I'm gonna go with true. What do you think, Dave?
I'm same way with you. I think this is a true story.
Totally false. I made it all up.
Oh God.
The secret is in the details.
Yeah. He got me on the, because I'm going, Steve didn't take the time to make
I Googled a picture, old man with glasses, and this is what come up. Or old man driving with glasses.
And
damn it.
I gotta tell you, Steve.
I tried.
You're
I had some
better
time
at this than I thought you'd be.
And Dave, I'll have you know, I spell checked that mother all the way through. If it had a squiggly line, I tapped on it and it made me change it. I'm like, yep. Spell check.
Oh man.
To the tilt. And
well done, Steve.
When you read it though, I still noticed a little miss up how it was worded.
Well, that's because you're not a professional writer.
No, I type stuff and sometimes it misses it. It takes it out or something. I don't know.
All right. Well,
was that was a good one, wasn't it?
that was good, man, dude. This
good,
is
Oh,
this
we're
is.
not done. So
I know
I put some time into this here. So
I'm
thought for sure
proud
you
of you,
guys-
Steve.
I thought for sure you guys would be rolling about the girl selling farts, though.
No, but the reason I'm not surprised by it
Because
is
you've
because
heard
I
of it.
literally had a
I
girl on
heard something
TikTok.
about this,
Yeah, there was a girl on TikTok that said somebody
Wasn't
was
there?
offering her a lot of money for farts, and she was already doing some
And I'm
adult.
sitting there thinking of the porch pirate guy where he's got the little cans of fart going. And I'm thinking that lady just bought a can of fart, sprayed it in a
No.
jar, and sold it.
What I found, I forgot that I bought in Fort Wayne at Stoner's downtown, was the tiny little vials the size of your pinky glass vials you throw in the ground that are stink bombs, and it's sulfur. It smells like rotten eggs.
Right.
And it will not. That smell does not go away. It takes an hour for that stuff to dissipate.
We used
And we
to
used to have it in high school and broke them under people's chairs when they sat down, and you would have to evacuate the room. It was so bad.
We had a guy that used to kiss his microphone in the compact, kiss it every time he talked. He kissed it. So they went down to Stoner's and bought some of that fox urine, so they could put on, when they go hunt, and smeared it all over.
He didn't have big lips, did he?
Actually, he was a stupid white guy that got hepatitis.
No, I didn't say color. I just said if he had big lips.
Stupid guy. He ended up catching hepatitis.
You're reading that story ahead of time, are you? I see your eyes going, Bill.
All right, Bill, go ahead and read number 3.
I can't hear him.
Sorry.
You muted yourself?
Sorry. Well, I had to open up a drink, and I didn't want everybody to hear that. So
okay, number 3.
Okay.
And then he sets it down like.
No, I got a little pad thing over here so that
Maxie
pad.
That's for me to know and me to know. Apparently, we need to remind folks not to put popsicles in their vaginas. Popsicles. Okay, kids? Popsicles. That's a waste of popsicles, by the way. But anyway.
What flavor?
Ooh, what flavor?
Cherry.
Yeah, you ain't seen a cherry.
Where's the rim shot? Come on.
Ain't nobody seen your
perfect.
cherry.
You ain't seen a cherry popsicle in.
That cherry's been dead since the 80s.
Bill,
60s in Dave's case.
Bill, there was
70s.
fruit. There was fruit flies.
Seagulls
Yay.
and fruit flies. What's up with that?
I don't know, but it sounded
Setting
funny.
them up, and I'm knocking them out of the park.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a swing and a hit. And he goes deep into the left field.
Gone.
All
Right
right.
into
So
the drink.
I'm going to go ahead and start over for the sake of theatrical
my
value.
My cheeks
All
are
right.
hurt.
Man, we're having a good time. When your face hurts, you're having a good
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And my face hurts. Of course, I don't have teeth, so I can't bite myself. Okay,
But in
we'll
the
start
wind, it
over.
sounds like blah, 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 blah.
This is number 3, folks.
Hold on, reminds me
Apparently,
of it. Hold on. Pump the brakes.
oh boy.
Dave, do you know why your butt cracks like this and not like this?
I know this one.
So when you go down the slide, it don't go.
God was thinking ahead, folks.
Okay. Number 3.
Okay. Number 3. Apparently, we need to remind folks not to put popsicles in their vaginas. I like how he says folks and not women. But anyway, there was a report out warning women not to put popsicles in their vaginas to cool down during the heat wave in that country. The heat wave. Yeah, that was written incorrectly. So we're going to go with the heat wave that country was having. Doctors were warning women of this, saying that it was very sensitive tissue in that area and would be very harmful to themselves. Though it would sound like an easy way to cool down, way more harmful than good, ladies. There were even people trying to put them in condoms for protection, from sticking to their skin in that area. So, ladies, the doctors say no, no, no.
Well, the first thing is don't put them in as soon as you take them out in the freezer. Get them room temperature.
Well, first thing, Dave, you got to figure out if that's a true story or a fake.
I know.
story.
I'm thinking about it. You got to let me.
He seems way too confident, Dave. And I'm thinking, because it's so ridiculous, because it's written so poorly, and it is written terribly. He's thinking that it must be obvious that it's a fake, which means I'm going to go with real.
I was going to say, don't.
You got to remember, it doesn't matter how it's written, because I've summarized every story, whether it's a true story or one I made up.
Oh, that is true.
Don't go by how we read some stories that people don't know how to write.
And it was a true story. I tried to make it sound as close to what they had. And
okay, gotcha.
I would say this is true, and I keep thinking Britain's a country. I don't know why.
Bill,
I'm gonna go with fake.
It is true.
Oh, it was
over in the UK.
Oh, look, I get double points for that.
And they call them, they were calling them
it's almost like you were in on it.
Yeah.
They call them lollies in the UK.
I bet they do.
But it says here
fudge pop would work better.
It says we need to mind folks not to put popsicles in their vagina. This is by Katie Bingham Smith, published August 1st, 2019, updated in 2020. It says it's hotter than an asshole riddled with flaming hemorrhoids. So that
you didn't say it right. It's hotter than an asshole with flaming hemorrhoids.
It's so hot that the other day when I walked outside at 7:30 p.m., mind you, my sunnies fogged up and I ran into a pole. My kids have been frying eggs.
They have big glasses.
British.
I got.
Been frying eggs on my driveway. This kind of heat turns on my bitch switch, and I hate everyone and would do anything to stay cool.
By the way,
it says, well, almost anything. Apparently, women are inserting popsicles into the vaginas, hoping to catch a cool breeze. So many women, in fact, that doctors are urging folks to stop this. It says, folks. It looks like we need to put a reminder out there again that you should not be putting edible items in your vagina.
We're gonna be rich.
Just don't, as long as the
she's
song
selling her fart, right? You need to sell your popsicles.
It says
you're doing it wrong.
It says just don't. As the song by Meatloaf goes, your motto should be, no, I won't do that.
No.
I'll do anything, but I won't do that.
For the vagina owners doing this, the goal of letting a frozen treat hunker in your bunker might be cool you down in a jiff, but I have so much to say about it. It says, please, y'all, please. First, as a person who gets very excited to eat food with my mouth, what a waste. I mean, your vagina can't taste a succulent popsicle, and really, don't you cool off enough by eating one or 5? Better yet, why not eat one and let a few rest under your boobs to control the boob sweat? You could also set a box of popsicles on your thighs or on top of your vagina. Keep them in the wrappers without the insertion bit. Really, all that dye, sugar, and high fructose corn syrup can be processed.
I don't know why that was funny.
Cannot be processed by your vagina. Not to mention how much.
Just put a bag of frozen peas on hers.
Not to mention how much it fucks with your natural balance. This is a British lady. She's not holding anything back.
Yeah.
It says, I'd rather be hot and have a naturally balanced vagina any day. Who's with me? Pea shivers would also be a fear of mine these days. After having kids, all I have to do is hear running water or wash my hands. My legs automatically cross themselves. Not to mention, summertime is a season when just holding up a frozen sucker to my hood can cause meltage. So I can imagine that the frozen treat these women are clutching so desperately in hopes to cool them down a few notches is actually going to work to stay intact long enough to have an effect. Bill's crying here. Look at him. Oh, and here you go, Bill. Oh, and what about the drippage? I can't stand it when my
It's
hands
sticky, man.
I can't stand it when my hands are sticky from wrapping smackers around a popsicle in a heat wave. I can't imagine the fit I'd throw with some artificial flavored juice running down my inner thighs. Also, would this mess attract flies?
I was just gonna say, what about the insects? Yeah,
we've heard
And
of
when they walk, it sounds like you got corduroy jeans on.
we've heard of a brain freeze, but what about a vagina freeze? If you're tempted to try this, you rebel, I want to paint a clear picture. Reminder the scene in Christmas Story where the poor kid is double dog dare to put his tongue on the cold metal pole and gets stuck, and he can't talk, and they have to call the fire department to unstick the skin from the metal object, and his tongue gets wrapped in a huge bandage, and everyone gets in trouble. Let that vision be a vagina popsicle blocker. The skin on your vagina is just as delicate and sensitive, and popsicle can stick to it, causing a whole number of problems, far more painful than seriously just being hot. There's a lot more on here. But
let me be the first to say.
Oh, that is the best.
So I knew you'd get a kick out of a couple of these.
Oh, I love that because women are so smug about how dumb we are as men, but can't recall the last time I shoved a popsicle up my ass to try to cool off.
Hey, Bill, don't you start something now?
Look, exit only, hero. Well, I'm 0 for 0 on these. I'm.
Let's see if you can get the last one right then.
And part of my problem here, folks, is that I grossly underestimated Steve's chops.
By the way, I got 2.5 because I get an extra half for guessing.
Yeah, he pointed that out as being, that sounds British.
Well, anybody that makes scrambled eggs, sausage, blood bread for breakfast, and then throws baked beans in there is like
and strong black coffee. They want you to crap.
They're off remember? Just a little bit.
No, that was old John Panette.
Yeah,
and he's like. And then just have the big man walk around for 3 hours.
Yeah, I didn't know they ate like that. They must hate themselves. Their breakfast. Yeah, that don't make sense.
Well, hey, number 4.
Number 4. Oh man, give me one, kids.
I wish the picture I got that I put on here with it. You gotta describe it after you read the story. Well, it'll.
Well, you can show it. Just show it, Bill.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I know you can. That's why we said that. It's like muting your mic. We know you can do it.
Okay.
It's blurry, but for me.
Well, let's try it again. Hold on.
Well, that's okay.
Let's just try this.
Was it blurry for you, Dave?
Yeah, but that's because I ain't got my glasses on.
Well, maybe that's right. Hold on, Dave.
Okay, Bill. Try it again.
Nope.
Give it a second to buffer a little bit and then
read a story.
Okay. So number 4, here it comes. Florida man suspected of using private plane to draw giant radar penis. A mystery pilot has drawn a penis on the radar flight path using his small plane. There's an app that lets you look at live time and see the flight paths of all aircraft. Obviously, this man was watching it. He drew a perfect penis over the Orlando area.
But did he have the smoke on in the back of the plane?
No, David. Probably not, because he probably started a brush fire on his balls.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So
the kids in Disney World.
There's the picture of the flight
Mommy,
path.
what the picture? What are they drawing in the sky? Don't look, Ethel.
Yeah. It's right over. Well, it's actually more over Lakeland and Kissimmee is where he started.
Yeah.
So here it is, folks. Just in case you weren't picking up what we were putting down there. Yeah. That is indeed a well-phallused male genitalia.
Yep.
It would appear as though one testicle is in fact smaller than the other. We had a guy when I was joining the Army. We were down in Indianapolis doing our end processing, and they wouldn't allow this guy to go into the service because he had one testicle smaller than the other, and he was crying about that
instead of an outie.
No, I would imagine that. Well, they didn't say whether his
Steve
penis
just got
was.
that.
That's fucking wrong.
He didn't say whether his penis was abnormal in size.
Just to throw my sister under the bunch, sis, I'm sorry. You've been dead
she got
for
one?
25 years. She had one boob bigger than the other boob. And
that's common.
Yeah,
down that because I punched her in the boob at 12 years old. That's the reason.
Was your fault.
Yes, and blame me forever till I started dating women, and I go, wait a minute, I didn't punch all these women.
Yeah. Tell her no, it's because she slept on one side more than she did the other.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
No, it's usually people. If you're right-handed, that muscle is stronger.
Look, we don't want to hear all of your.
Don't be talking about how come your right arm is the size of a.
What do you think of this story, boys? Looks pretty much legit.
There's really not much to. Well, I'm gonna go with real, because if this is fake, he went through the trouble of creating a visual prop to go with it.
Well, you know this kid that's been out on the internet that's tracking all the planes, and he found the guy that owns Tesla and tracked him and put it up on the internet, and and Tesla offered him like $2,000 to take it down, so he wouldn't do it. Or Elon offered him $2,000, and he said, "No, I'd rather have a car." And the guy said, "Well, you ain't getting a damn car. You can post all you want." But that was a legit news story. So I know it can be done. So people can track it and they can do this. So I'm thinking.
No, I know that, but
what do you?
My logic.
I didn't hear what Dave said.
I'm thinking it's real. Yes, I do think it's real.
Bill?
I'm going with real.
It's real.
Okay. All right.
I didn't know. I didn't think you would go through the trouble of creating this image.
The story is from Audra Schroeder from Internet Culture. Posted March 13th, 2015. It was updated May 29th. It says a mystery pilot used a private plane to draw a penis over Florida. She comments here and says, we tried really hard to cram a cockpit joke in this headline.
Oh yeah.
It says you might want to check this out, you two. The website and app called Flight Trader 24 lets you view air traffic in real time, which is especially helpful as a monstrous festival like South by Southwest begins. Recently, though, someone took artistic license with the flight radar for a private aircraft flying over Central Florida. Says the website lets you view air traffic in real time. It's not clear. Look at that. Bill looked it up. It's not clear if the artist
was a lot of airplanes.
Yes, it is. It's not clear if the artist was making a statement about Florida's stance on climate change, doing a little freehand drawing exercise, or if the flight path actually was penis shaped, which would be amazing. But as someone from Florida who has spent time in the hellscape of Lakeland, I salute the American hero. It's not clear if the artist was making a statement of, same thing. So that's that story. But that was the app that you can watch all that.
That is so cool. What we got?
Dave got all the penis radar. Yeah.
The weather guys.
No, that's impressive.
So that was my 4 stories. So Bill got 1 out of 4. Dave,
I got 2.5.
2.5.
3.5.
So there's only 1 I made up, and the other 3 were real.
So, dear listener, dear watcher, let us know how you did. By golly, I'd like to keep doing this. This is better than I thought it'd be.
We can do some more.
Yeah,
I got all sorts of weird stories I can make up.
That was fantastic.
And that he does. I've worked with him before.
But okay, so now, how much time we still got?
About 11 minutes.
Okay. You've all heard, we all know what urban legends are, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The
story legend that come from Urban. I don't know this Urban guy.
Fake
I never met him.
They're fake bullshit stories that's been passed on as truth from generation to generation, and everything gets embellished a little more each story. Okay.
And that created the Onion.
The ones that I'm sure you guys have heard, and I'm going to tell, I got a couple here I'm going to tell, but the one everybody knows, and don't ruin the punchline and stuff on me if you do know it, but it was the main one I always remember as far as urban legend. And when you look them up online, it's always something eerie or scary, ghosts. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. The ones I'm talking about is like these people were in the Bahamas on vacation. And when they came back to their room, it had been ransacked. Stuff, all their suitcases, clothes thrown everywhere. On the floor, the beds flipped over, dresser drawer. I mean, just somebody went through everything they had. And they called the police, and they came and made the report and everything. But the funny thing was, there was nothing missing. All their stuff was there. Their cameras, their jewels, some watch or whatever, whatever they had with them that was valuable, it was all still there. So mind you, they finish out their vacation, they get home, and they decide to develop their pictures on their cameras. The old, what was the fun, like George Lopez. I remember he got Fun Saver, the camera.
110 cameras, yeah.
110.
So they take them and get their pictures developed. And then as they're looking through their pictures, there's pictures of these two Jamaican ladies in their room, which must have been the maids, going through all their stuff, trying on their clothes and all this on their camera. And then they're like, figured out, well, heck, right there, that's answers our question. What happened to our room? And the very last picture they look at is a picture of this big Jamaican lady bent over with both their toothbrushes up her ass. They used them the whole rest of the time they was there.
Oh, this is a true story? Wow.
But that's the
whole new meaning to ass to mouth.
That's the one I always remember.
That's how come he only got one right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here, folks.
This is a story that's been passed down.
Stay a while and listen.
This came from somebody related to me that an old guy told them and was passed on. It happened that this guy and his wife lived right next to a gentleman that had a bunch of like farm animals and stuff. Their kids did 4-H or whatever, and they had a bunch of stuff like that.
Cows, sheep,
pigs, rabbits,
everything.
And this guy had a real big German Shepherd, and the dog was always dragging stuff up to the house on the porch that he had either killed or found, dead, whether it be a possum or a coon or groundhog, whatever, squirrel. It'd always be something laying on the porch when he come home. The dog had caught. Mm-hmm. Well, the one time he come home and he sees something on his porch, it's all white.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what the heck is that? And he looks at it. It's this beautiful long-haired white Angora rabbit. And he's like, holy shit, this is the neighbor's rabbit. One of his kids. And he's like, oh God, what am I going to do? He just puts it in the garage when he got home that night. It was going on the weekend, and that next morning he is up trying to think what he's going to do, and he's seen his neighbor outside, and his neighbor goes, hey, what's you doing, neighbor? You like neighbors do, talking. And he says, yeah, the kids did real good at the fair this year, showing the animals. They got $10,000 for one of the rabbits. So we're going to breed them and we're going to make some more money on them. He's like, oh, hey, good for them, got to go, going golfing. So he leaves. He gets back home and tells his wife that night, says that rabbit is the neighbor's. And we are not paying them $10,000 for no fucking rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, what are we going to do? He goes, I got an idea. So that night they take that rabbit, bring it in the house. They get out the shampoo and conditioner. They wash that rabbit in the sink, get it all clean because the dog had it all muddy and dirty, slobbery. Blow dryer out, fluff this bunny and brush it, and it looks like brand new. And later that night when it got dark, he snuck back over to his neighbor's house and put it back in the cage. So he just thinks it died in the cage. And gets back home and he's like, done. He's told the wife, he says, we're good, we're golden. She's like, shh, I'm glad we avoided that confrontation. Well, the next week he was home on the weekend, neighbor's outside. He's like, hey, neighbor. And his neighbor goes, hey, did you see any of my buddy in my barn? And he's like, oh shit, he knows we killed the damn rabbit. And he goes, no, why? He says, well, we had one of our rabbits die last week and we buried it. And he says, the son of a bitch is back in the cage all fluffed up and brand new.
So
dog dug it up.
Dog dug it up. He didn't kill it. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't get more of a response out of you, Sir William.
It was so long, dude. It was.
I'm trying to cut. I tried to cut it as short as I could.
I was with you the whole time.
I'll help.
There you go.
Louder. Speakers on the bottom.
Is that what she said when you said 10 inches?
Louder.
Louder.
Yeah, louder.
Excellent. Oh gosh.
That's about as bad as the one where a man and woman get abducted by aliens, and I know you've heard this, Bill, so shut up. Get abducted by aliens.
I'm a good
and
trooper.
They tell the man and the woman, they're like, we want to have sex like humans do. And they're like, oh, well, great. The woman goes with the one alien, and they're getting ready to have sex, and he goes, is it in? She says, yeah. She goes, does it get any bigger? He says, twist my ear. And it got a little bigger. He goes, do you want more bigger? She goes, yeah. She twists his ear 3 or 4 times. She's like, ooh, all right, Later on, the man and woman get back together after they get done having sex with the aliens, and the husband looks at the wife, says, how was it? She says that it was great. He says, really? She goes, well, how was it for you? She says, I don't know. She kept twisting my ears. You guys are just fucking suck tonight.
I was sitting here thinking, I got to keep a straight face. Got to keep a straight face.
Hold on. What else did I
That
write
was
down?
also a good one.
Save it for next week.
I'm trying to think what I wrote down here. Oh, fuck off, Bill.
Hey, we're not using that language on here no more.
Oh,
yeah, that's
no chuckles. All the cussing I want.
No chuckles. No chuckles.
Oh yeah. Well, we are trying to become a little bit less.
Apologize for that one.
To be fair, I'm trying to clean up the language somewhat, but this show is never going to be something that is appropriate to play in the waiting room at the nursing at the nursery school, or whatever.
I thought you were going to say nursing home. I'm like,
yeah.
I was going to say, now we're probably covered for, yeah.
Yeah, we're good to go there.
I was going to tell Bill, Dave already listens to it there, so what do you mean?
Yeah.
That's right.
So what, where he lives or where he's chasing women?
Either one. That's the best part about chasing old women. They can't get away from you.
Oh, some of those, I'll tell you what, some of those wheelchairs got mag wheels.
Oh, I know it.
I am biting my tongue so bad right now.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go on to a little admin and wrap this up.
I can't let it go.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Bill.
And Dave's going to have the punchline, but I don't care. What's the hardest thing about eating a vegetable, Dave?
The hardest thing? Not eating it.
The wheelchair.
Yeah.
I know. Not eating it.
Oh, God. Okay.
What do you got, Dave? You got anything before we wrap this up?
Yeah, watch for us on TikTok and like and subscribe to all our YouTube stuff. And Steve nailed us again on TikTok, and I got it out on Instagram, and Bill put some notes on there. And by the way, boys and girls, If you like what we're doing, go ahead and send us a little love. If you don't like what we're doing, send us a little hate. We'll take either.
Hey, Dave, did anybody tell you where they seen your billboard yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Just keep
to
them
be
looking.
continued. Watch the space, kids.
Just keep watching billboards. Yes.
All right. So to wrap up, yeah, like Dave said, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe on the YouTube. We're available on all of your platforms from Pandora to iHeartRadio, and as you would probably already be aware, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, we're out there.
Reddit.
Yeah, it's
YouTube.
I don't think we have a Reddit yet. I haven't set that up yet. That would be an obvious answer.
I think when I searched for us, it was showing us.
Well, then somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else is talking about us, so that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, go to do us a favor though, even if you just subscribe to the audio only, go over to the YouTube. A lot of times the video version is a little more fun. There's a little bit less production value put into that because I do go through and do some editing and add theme music and all that to the audio only. But the video, you get it's kind of like
won't
you're
let
here
him
with.
do nothing. It slaps him in the knuckles.
Well, they let me, but I'm just not. I can't be bothered.
Well, I got in Facebook jail the one day, Dave, when I commented on something Zach put on there, and
Really?
he sent me a thing. He said something about. I said shank them all. Is what I typed, and it said you violated the guidelines. I'm like,
my God, it's like walking through a minefield.
I know. I
trying to keep from getting in trouble.
I sent it to Zach that they retracted what I put, and he's just dying laughing.
By the way, did you notice Steve is woke?
Woke.
Yeah. Yeah. When you went and put the story about the popsicles, you didn't say woman. They're breeding people.
There was.
You got to be politically correct these days.
Yeah, good job,
brother.
Otherwise,
you're excluding people.
And what the hell is woke?
we on the Three Fat Truckers podcast, we are all inclusive. We do not discriminate against anybody.
Yeah, we got
your race, creed, or culture. We will we will offend everybody, and this last week has proved that very fact.
Wait till the next stories I come up with.
Okay.
Just don't make fun of the hillbillies. Okay, anyway, yeah, like and subscribe, folks, and yeah. Folks, we'll be here again in 2 weeks. We'll be here again in a fortnight.
What's a fortnight?
That is 2 weeks. Okay. I don't know why. Don't ask.
And he doesn't know why he says it either.
It's because other podcasters say it. I want to be like them, so leave me alone.
He wants to be from across the pond. And
you've listened to some of those.
Oh no, that's how they talk because they think they're still with the Knights of the Round Table kind of shit. And that's what they say.
Okay. It's from that stupid game.
Is that what? How do you know about a game? Are you a gamer?
Yes.
What's on your phone, game-wise?
I don't know. I don't play with the game. I play with myself.
They have an app for that, probably.
I know it. Well, yeah, I don't need my phone.
I've
got it figured out.
Absolutely.
Hold on. You know what, Dave? If that girl can sell farts, I bet you can sell I bet you can sell ball cheese.
Ball cheese? Yeah.
It's all
good on
you could actually package it up. Yeah.
Go ahead and wrap us up.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Yeah, because it's going nowhere. Yeah, like and subscribe, folks. We appreciate all of you. We'd like to hear from you too. We're on all the socials, everything from Facebook to Twitter. I think we're on Instagram, and we're on the Discord and the Telegram. And you can email the show at 3ftpodcast.org. Anyway, if you want to see these dickheads again in 2 weeks, hey, we'll be here. Until which time, I've been Bill.
And I'm Dave.
And I'm Steve. Have a wonderful week.
We'll see you later.